Pappy's back this week. We're working on the compressors. I've already done some preliminary work. I found water in the blue one right here behind me, and I drained all the oil out of it, and I also drained the other one. It didn't have water in it, but the blue one did. And I knew it was out in the weather. I just don't know what extent the damage is. So I've removed both belts off the compressors. I just want to see if the electric motors will run. I've rewired them. I had to replace the wire on the blue one. It had had some damage from just being in the weather. Hopefully the motor itself survives. If not, we'll have to start with replacing motors. Don't know if the compressor is going to be any good either because it was full of water. It is free. It turns. They both turn. So that's a good sign. So they turn real nice and all. I hope they just make compression. I'll find that out once I get them to run. But the tanks and everything, I guess they're in good shape. I mean, they didn't have water left in them, so I made sure that was drained and there wasn't any in it when I opened them up. So hopefully they didn't have a whole lot of rust going on inside. I would say they're probably okay. I've already got them wired in, so I want to try and see if the electric motor will run on each one. I'm going to turn them on one at a time and leave the camera here. I got to go back into the breaker box and turn them on. And that part's already done. They're wired up to the compressor, so I've got 2 breakers in my panel, and that completes the panel downstairs too. So we're full. I have no more places I can add equipment, so I hope I've got enough power without having to replace the whole master panel. I've already put an auxiliary panel in it, so just to get more room, because it was pretty much full when I moved in. So, but with all that said, we've got it squared away, and we're going to see if these things run. So the compressors aren't going to come on. It just should be electric motors, if anything. We're hoping so. If it doesn't throw the breaker, that'll tell me if I've got it wired correctly and everything. I know I've got it wired correctly, but I'm just not sure what's going to go on inside the electric motor if it's got problems. Doesn't look like any rodents were in it, so we're going to give it a shot. If it catches fire, you'll get to watch it. I hope the camera survives. Anyway, we're going to get them running. All right, here we go. Compressor 1. Compressor 2. Okay, it looks like neither one are running. So that's not a good sign. Let me go back and see what's going on. I'll turn off the breakers again. This one might just be the switch here. I'll have to play with that. We'll see. Let's try to push it. No, she's not coming on. Yeah, it's probably corroded. Anyway, we're going to have to dig into it and see what's going on. That one's wired direct. It should have run, so it may just be dead. So anyhow, let's see what we got. All right. Power is off. I guess we'll start and we'll probe these things and see if we actually got power out here. I'm pretty sure that wiring should be good. Okay, I found a little tool to tell me if I got power out here. Let's see if we got any. I got this compressor on right now. This one. We have power there. Okay. He has power and he's not coming on. Okay. And I've already checked the other one. The other one has power as well, but it's wired direct. I got something wrong with that motor, I know. This one, I got to do some diagnostics. I got to pull this cover and see what's going on. There may be a rodent or something's got in there. Got some corrosion going on. This thing wasn't left in the weather. This one was. I kind of expected that. But this one, I was hoping it would work. But we'll see. It has sat. It's been very humid in that area it was at, so it may have corroded. We'll just have to see. May end up having to put a couple of motors and compressors on, or just replace them. Right now I just don't have the funds to do that right now. I'd love to have one big one. I need 15 CFM minimum to be able to run my bead blast cabinet accurately. I remember that the last time. It took both of these running, full time. I was going to try to wire them together. That way they are controlled by the smaller one, because the bigger one, when it came on, if it got to the end of its cycle, it'd blow the pop off on the smaller one. I only ran it when I was bead blasting, and I used the smaller one for most of the things in the shop. I think it topped out at 115 or 120, where the bigger one would top out at about 145, and it was, of course, tripped the pop off in the smaller one. I had them together, so I just knew not to run them together. But I'm going to try to get them to where they come on and are controlled by the smaller one. I don't need 135, 140 psi. I need 90 pounds. That's really all I need. So 115 will be what I'm looking for. So I'm going to try to control it with a lesser pressure relay. I got to do some digging and see what's going on. But first, I got to get these electric motors to work before I even worry about anything else. So I did drain the oil out of them, so the compressors don't have any oil in them. I've got to get some oil, but I just got to get the motors to come on first before I even worry about that. The compressor heads might both be bad as well. We'll just have to take it one day at a time. A lot of dirt and debris down in this hole, so a screw gun, I couldn't use it. Hope nothing comes flying out of this thing. I might be waking up a rodent. You never know when they sit out for years and years and get neglected. It does have a couple of capacitors in here to start it up. Power is off. I gotta know to stay away from those capacitors. They'll knock you down, not stop your heart. You don't want to go that way. The cover does not want to come off. Let's get something to spray down in there. Gotta get some cleaner or something, clean it out when I get the screw out. least it's coming loose. There we go. This is the control for what pressure to cut it off and on. This might be my problem here. Just to check the motor, let's see if we can wire that bad boy in direct. Let's see, here's one wire. Have to take them off of here and jump them across, I guess. It basically looks like black to black and white to white. It's just a regular double pole switch. I bet I'm going to end up having to replace that. It looks like it's probably bad because it should be coming on because there's no pressure in the tank. That is for certain and for sure. All right. Okay, we hook white to white and black to black, and we'll see what happens. Okay, what I've done here is I've taken the white and the black wires on each side of this, and I've connected the white together and the black together. That's going to bypass this switch. This is the switch that operates the electric motor when the pressure is dropped down to the operating range when it's requesting for it to come on, which it is because the gauges are 0. It should be like that. I checked it with an ohm meter. It's showing good. I don't know if it can handle the load. So I'm going to try to bypass it just to see if the electric motor itself will come on and run. I have a feeling we've got something going on with the motor. I may need to take it apart, try to clean it, put it back together. That'll be my next move, but we're going to see if it'll come on and then start checking for continuity throughout the system. It does have a little kickoff breaker there too, so it could be faulty there. It could have corrosion anywhere, but I want to bypass this and see if we can get power up to here. There again, I checked it with my digital voltmeter. I've got continuity across both of these terminals, so I don't think this is bad. So with that said, I want to go ahead and see if we can, see if this will power up, if this electric motor runs, which I don't think it will. And we'll be moving into here and trying to clean up connections and see what we can figure out, and then maybe have to get into the motor itself. It may be bad. I might just have to go buy a new motor and buy them one at a time or whatever, try to get one of them going to start with and then go from there. But that's what I'm up against. I think this is the one I need to get going first. It will get the shop running. It doesn't give me the volume to do bead blasting, but it will give me some air down here, so, and get the system all set up. But we're going to go with that. Let me turn this on and see if this one the electric power will come on. And we'll see what happens. If it throws the breaker, I know there's a problem. Breaker 2. Okay, it's still not running, I can see. And I'm sure we're hot. Let me get my little tester. Where will I put it? It's a little safer. It's insulated, so let's power it on. We have power there, and we have power there. Okay, let's see if we got power over here. Okay, we have wires coming in. Here's the black wire. We have power. And you see the white wire comes into that switch. And it comes out and goes here. So it's not the switch, not the trip switch, it's got power through it. And yeah, I think we've got a bad motor. Where's the wires that come off of those capacitors? And it's got to go down in the housing itself. And I see those. And that wire goes around and goes through here, bridges over. Wonder what happened if I turn it. Nope, not it. We got us a bad motor. Apparently 2 bad motors. We might be able to clean it up and see, but I'm gonna have to take that thing off of there and go from there. So, let's see what we're gonna need. Maybe I can unbolt it. Let me cut the power off on this first. Okay, we've cut the power here. It's got 2 big capacitors there. I don't really want to mess with those. All right, let's undo the wiring. And we'll take that thing in there on the workbench where I can work on it. Looks like a 13 millimeter probably. I figure it's metric. Okay, I got the motor off. I'm going to take it in and see what we can do with it and go from there.